Have you ever felt that suffocating sensation of living to please others? That constant weight of other people's opinions pressing down on your shoulders? Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful life philosophies I've learned, from Nietzsche, Seneca, and even between the lines of Aristotle. The art of not caring isn't indifference. It's liberation. I don't care about your opinion. I care about your well-being, but I truly don't need to know what you think about me. I'm not going to waste my time trying to understand your mind when I don't even fully understand my own. How foolish would it be to lose something as precious as time trying to live a life for others, trying to please those who in the end don't really care about who you truly are. Let's take a more structured look at this topic and let wiser minds speak on it. The philosophy of not caring has deep roots that trace back to the Stoics and runs through Nietzsche's concept of amor fati, loathing your fate. It's not about neglect or apathy. It's about consciously choosing your battles. It's about understanding that your mental energy is a limited and precious resource that shouldn't be wasted on worries that don't serve your greater purpose. Aristotle spoke of eudaimonia, happiness, as the result of virtue and personal excellence. What many don't realize is that embedded in this concept is the idea of autonomy, the ability to live according to your own values, not the expectations of others. True virtue comes from within, not from externally imposed rules that make us dance like social puppets. And what other people think of you is none of your business. This phrase, often attributed to Eleanor Roosevelt, echoes the sentiment of the philosopher Epictetus, who taught the distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. Other people's opinions? Definitely outside your control. Your mental real estate is prime property. Why let toxic tenants occupy space in your mind rent-free? Here's the fascinating paradox. When you genuinely stop caring about external approval, people tend to respect you more. I call this the Diogenes effect. That philosopher who lived in a barrel yet earned the respect of Alexander the Great. There's a magnetic authenticity in people who live by their own rules, unapologetically themselves. Modern neuroscience backs this up. Constant worry about external judgment activates your chronic stress system, flooding your body with cortisol. It's literally a slow poison. Studies show that people with a lower need for external approval experience less anxiety and greater resilience in the face of adversity. Your brain thanks you when you decide to stop caring. Philosopher Albert Camus, in his interpretation of the myth of Sisyphus, argued that we find meaning in the absurdity of existence when we accept our condition and rebel against artificial expectations. The quiet rebellion of not caring is perhaps the most powerful form of self-determination. It's the moment you decide to push your own rock, not the one others have chosen for you. Modern psychology calls this healthy detachment, the ability to invest in outcomes without tying your self-worth to them. It's what Mark Manson popularized as the subtle art of not giving a fixai. But beware, not caring is a subtle art. It's about consciously choosing what deserves your energy, not abandoning all care entirely. It's about caring deeply about a few things, not shallowly about everything. Nietzsche spoke of the revaluation of values, the process of questioning and recreating your own moral compass. Stopping the obsession with others' judgments is the first step in this transformative process. It's the moment you ask, does this concern serve my growth or just my social ego? When we ask this question honestly, we discover how many of our anxieties are just ghosts. In Eastern wisdom, particularly Taoism, we find the concept of wu-wei, non-action, the natural flow. It's the art of living without resistance, without forcing outcomes. When we stop over-caring, we align with this natural flow, letting go of resistance to what we cannot change. It's like swimming with the current instead of constantly fighting upstream. A fascinating study from Harvard University revealed that people perceived as authentic by their peers report significantly higher levels of well-being. Authenticity, by definition, requires the ability to resist being shaped by external approval. Ironically, the less you chase approval, the more naturally it tends to come your way. It's what I call the law of attractive indifference. History is full of examples. Socrates chose hemlock over abandoning his principles. Gandhi faced the British Empire with radical simplicity. Rosa Parks refused to care about racist conventions. What do these figures have in common? The courage to prioritize their inner truth over external approval. They stopped giving a damn about what didn't align with their truth. Psychologist Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, taught that our last human freedom is to choose our attitude in any given circumstance. Not caring about the insignificant is exercising that fundamental freedom. It's recognizing that between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space lies our power to choose what truly matters to us. The concept of disidentification in transpersonal psychology suggests that much of our suffering comes from over-identifying with social roles and external expectations. When we disidentify, when we stop caring about these labels, we experience an expansion of consciousness. You are not what others think of you, nor even what you think of yourself. You are the awareness observing those thoughts. The liberation of not caring doesn't happen overnight. It's a practice. It starts with small acts of courage, expressing an unpopular opinion, wearing something unconventional, saying no when everyone expects a yes. Each small act of authenticity is a muscle you strengthen. Before you know it, you're bench pressing authenticity like it's second nature. Finally, not caring isn't a final destination, but an internal compass that constantly recalibrates. There will be days when you care too much again, and that's okay. The art isn't in perfection, but in the conscious return. As Heraclitus would say, no man ever steps in the same river twice. Each moment of choice is new. Each opportunity to not care is unique. True freedom lies in this eternal return to conscious choice. In this increasingly chaotic world, with its increasingly chaotic people, it's more important than ever to direct your life towards something that truly matters to you. I don't know what your goals and dreams are, but what I do know is this: don't give up. Keep walking your path. Always strive to be yourself. Be kind, but firm. Be gentle, but opinionated. Whatever you are, be what you've chosen for yourself. Life is the one we have. It doesn't repeat or give second chances as easily as in the movies. If this message touched a part of you that's been waiting for permission to be more authentic, consider giving this a powerful like. It literally tells the algorithm that this content deserves to reach more people like you. Are you going through a personal transformation? Share your journey in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to read today. And if you want more content that challenges the mental status quo, that subscribe button is there for a reason. Remember, your engagement doesn't just support this channel, it builds a community of people committed to authenticity. And hey, until our next philosophical dive,